Al Jazeera Podcasts.
I'm David Enders, and this is The Take. As Israel's war on Gaza continues, we're coming to you on Sundays with a weekly roundup. This week, 284 days into a ceasefire, Israel has killed at least 1,092 Palestinians in Gaza. The U.S. attacked Iran multiple times. Israel continued killing Palestinians in Gaza as Hamas dissolved its government there. Today is Sunday, July 12. Israel has killed at least 73,221 Palestinians in Gaza since October 7, 2023. The United States bombed Iran again on Saturday, claiming strikes on more than 300 targets in the past week after U.S. President Donald Trump declared the ceasefire reached between the two countries over. Iran announced it had fully closed the Strait of Hormuz until U.S. attacks stop, and attacked U.S. targets in Oman, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar. This is Al Jazeera's Tohid Asadi reporting from Iran on Sunday morning.
Iran came out very clearly to say that the consequences are going to be for the United States and Israel, and also for the third countries, the territory of which is being used to conduct attacks against the Iranian cities. This is just part and parcel of the Iranian strategy over the past weeks, I would say, that they are retaliating the American strikes by targeting the American bases across the region, while they are trying to indeed send a message to neighboring countries that this is not a sort of hostility between the, let's say, neighboring countries, but this is a confrontation between Iran on the one hand and the U.S. military bases on the other.
Despite the strikes, U.S. officials said negotiations with Iran were continuing, but also issued new threats. Here's Al Jazeera White House correspondent Kimberly Halkett on Saturday.
There has been escalation this week as a result of what the United States says was Iran shooting on commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranians reportedly telling the United States this was due to an errant part of their system. And what we know is that the United States has now issued an ultimatum to Iran as a result, saying that Iran must put out a public statement that it will no longer shoot at vessels and that all channels are open for shipping. The U.S. officials saying that should Iran choose not to do that, it will not be a good outcome for Iran.
In Gaza, Israeli attacks have continued as summer temperatures top 30 degrees and Palestinians there once more struggle with shortages of water. Al Jazeera's Ibrahim al-Khalili filed this report from Gaza City.
For the hundreds of thousands of people spending a third summer in displacement camps here, the heat is making already dire conditions even worse. Finding clean water to stay hydrated is no longer a guarantee. People have to wait in line for it. One man told us that when he found water while digging a well near his tent, it felt like a divine intervention.
I dug about 5 meters underground, expecting the water to be salty since we're only 20 meters from the sea. But by God's grace, it was a miracle. The water was fresh and clean, enough for my family, other displaced people, and all our daily needs, from bathing to washing dishes and laundry.
Officials warn that the combination of extreme summer heat and severe water shortages is creating serious public health risks.
On Tuesday, Hamas announced it would end its governance of Gaza. Al Jazeera's Hani Mahmoud reported from Gaza City.
Hamas says it's dissolving its civilian governing body in Gaza after nearly 20 years. The announcement comes as Israel intensifies its attacks, and the question of who will govern Gaza remains a contentious one. Hamas says it will transfer its responsibilities to a new national committee for the administration of Gaza. The proposal by Hamas leaves many questions unanswered. How the national committee would be formed, who would oversee it, and whether it would gain broad public and international support remain unclear. For Palestinians here, the debate over Gaza's future is unfolding under the threat of military operations. The reality remains defined by airstrikes, displacement, and a humanitarian crisis that political proposals have yet to resolve.
And that's The Take for Sunday, July 12. This episode was produced by me, David Enders. Our sound designer is Alex Roldan. Alexandra Locke is the Take's executive producer, and Joanne de Frias is Al Jazeera's head of audio.